Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Eric from Yokohama Skateboards, back again at the Chino Hills Skate Park. And today we're going to be making a video kind of piggybacking off our 180 video, kind of getting a little bit more advanced with a trick. So today we're talking all about the backside 360. So we learned the 180, now we're going to learn how to go that full 360 degrees. And they're kind of difficult on the ground, but I can show you kind of like the techniques I learned that you can actually do them on the ground, and it's not as hard as you think, as well as doing them out of like quarter pipes or pyramids. That's where I mostly like to do them. The pyramids, it seems like it's a super fun trick to do it on, because you kind of have like a little bit more time, and you can kind of get away with power sliding it, and sometimes you go all the way around. It just depends how high you're going to snap your ollie to it. But yeah, in this video, we're going to be talking about the backside 360. All right, so today we're talking all about the backside 360. So you might be wondering, what is the backside 360? So it's kind of like the 180. It's actually a lot like the 180, but this time we're going to go all the way around. So I'm a goofy footed rider. My right foot is always going to be forward for my predominant stance. So what it's going to look like, we can kind of look at the board here. Pop a ollie, we're gonna turn, and get back to where we were. So 360. And it's a little difficult to do it on the ground, like I was saying in the intro, but this is actually where I learned it years ago. Learned it on this. But before I took it to there, I learned kind of a technique how to do it on the ground. So that technique was kind of doing a pivot. I'm not exactly doing the 360 in the air and then coming around, but what got me comfortable with just the motion of going in 360 degrees was the pivot. So what I'm gonna do, pop a little ollie, and it's almost, you kind of land in a manual position, and then you kind of hold it for a second, and then you'll turn your shoulders and then kind of rotate on the back truck and the back wheels. So it's how I learned it before I took it to like obstacles. And I think it really helped me get the mechanics of the trick. And I can kind of, let's see if I can get one right here. It's a fun trick to do. You can do it like rolling away from something, or maybe in a game of skate. Some people might not count it because like, no, you gotta pop it, but I count it. It's still a 360, so let's see if I can get one in real time. So you can almost not tell that it, I guess when it's in real time, it almost looks like I did 3, but it's almost like a little trick. But just learning that, it kind of gives you the motion. So if you're going to do it out of a quarter pipe, the pyramid, you kind of get comfortable with it. So what I do when I'm doing the little pivot, I'll pop an ollie, and it doesn't even have to be too high. So you can get away with something like just like that high. So when I'm doing that, what I'm going to do as I pop the ollie, and it's kind of like an ollie that's kind of rocketed. That's what we call, like, say if you do a kick flip and it's like that, you don't really want to see that. You kind of want your kick flip to be, you know, just level with you. Looks nicer. But the ollie I pop is kind of rocketed, so when I land, the back wheels and trucks are gonna be the first to hit, and then that's when I start doing the rotation. So to do the rotation, what I do is pop the ollie, and somebody once told me, and I always thought about it with like tricks where you have to spin, as long as you look over your shoulder. So like I said, I'm goofy. My right shoulder is right here, so this is gonna be my front shoulder. I kind of look over my shoulder. If you get your torso to kind of act one way, notice that the legs will follow. And so when I do this, I'm gonna pop the ollie, and I'm already looking kind of in this direction. Then right about here, I'm gonna get into the pivot, and then I'm gonna follow it around and keep looking, and then soon I'll be looking forward. So it's almost like wherever you're kind of looking, you can trick your body into getting your legs to go. That's kind of how I figured it. If it makes sense, if it doesn't, I think just keep trying it, and then maybe it'll make sense. But that's the easiest way for me to kind of break it down. But yeah, so I'm gonna pop that little ollie, land on the back, and I'm not gonna have a crazy amount of pressure on the back. It's almost like landing in a manual. You want to find that sweet spot, and then we're going to start doing the turn and going around. So another one for just kind of reference. Let's see if I can get it. Let's see if I can be 2 for 2 today. Oh no! And that's fine too. You're gonna run into that. Like I said with these trick tips, you might not learn it the first day. You might not learn it second day. Could take weeks, could take months. It just depends. Some tricks come easy, some don't. This one, I think I worked on it for a long time when I was younger. But let's see if I get another one. Whoa, stayed on. But as you can see, that's like the pivot. And then in the next clips, I can give examples doing it out of a quarter pipe, on the pyramid, stuff like that. So then we'll break it all down and we'll circle back. Nice. So that was the back 360. As you can see, there's a couple different variations. How I learned it was the pivot method. And I even got away with it on the pyramid pivoting, like where it wasn't gonna fully go around, kind of leaned back a little, pivoted. And then I did one out of the quarter pipe, the nose grab back 3. And you're like, well, he grabbed the board. I can't do the back 3 out of quarter pipes without grabbing it. That's just how I do it. I know people can. Maybe I'll work on that, but it's a scary trick out of the quarter because a little bit more air, a little bit more, let's see, room for air. And I'm getting older. It hurts when I fall, but it's a part of it. You're always going to fall. You can't master this. Like I've said before, it's all fun, but definitely my favorite spot to do it, pyramids. Pyramids, I think this, after you kind of get the pivot and the mechanics down, I would take it to a pyramid. And this pyramid is pretty mellow, as in kind of the edges of it aren't as defined. So it kind of makes it harder. Some skate parks come to a more point. And when I go to those parks, I can really blast it up kind of higher because I can kind of snap it. And this one, it's almost like each side's a rolling, but it still works. You can make it happen, as well as the quarter pipes. Like I like to grab the nose. We've done a trick tip on that, the back 3 nose. I don't know how many people have really gone after that one. That one took me a long time and a lot of like scrapes on the elbow, stuff like that. So if you're not feeling comfortable with the 360, try the 180. Get the 180 till it's second nature to you, and then come back to the 360. These videos aren't meant to learn it in one sitting, but we also do offer in our library so many different videos that we've done in the past that you can kind of take your own steps. Some of them you could even skip some steps. It's like, oh, I don't want to learn that trick, or I want to do this. Focus on that, and then maybe you might go back and say, oh, well, if I learn this, it'll make it easier. But go at your own pace. We just appreciate you guys watching the videos, and we love making them. So it gives me a chance to get out, skateboard during the week, get to hang out with one of my best buds, Enzo behind the camera. You don't see him much, but he's the magic behind it all. Right, Enzo? Yep, he's nodding right now. But yeah, we just want to thank you guys for the continued support. And be on the lookout because the giveaways haven't stopped. Holiday season's coming, and no better time to get some free product from us than the holidays. You know, it'll almost be like our holiday presents to you guys. So stay in the loop, and how you do that is stay subscribed to our YouTube channel, follow us on Instagram. You can always send us messages, whether it's direct email from the website, and always check out the website because we're always putting new product up, and the best way to know when we're dropping new stuff is the Instagram as well as our YouTube. But yeah, we just want to say thanks again. I know I've probably said thanks a bunch of times, but we really appreciate it, and hope everybody's having a fun session with their friends, or if you're just getting into skateboarding, hope you're enjoying it. It's a lifelong journey. It's been for me, and hope you ride it through. But with that being said, we're gonna skate a little bit. So I'll see you guys on the next video.